guys, how's it going? MasterBucks here. Welcome to another football video, and today we will be predicting the FIFA World Cup. You may have seen me make a couple of videos similar to this where in the past I've gone through and I've predicted the results of certain football matches and competitions. For example, say the Premier League, I've done it the Champions League as well, and now I'm going to do it for the Russia World Cup. 32 teams, 8 groups. We're going to start off by going through each and every single group, and I'm going to be predicting who finishes where. That includes who's going to finish on top, who's going to get that second and final qualifying spot, and who is unfortunately going to miss out. I'm going to go through, do that for all 8 groups, and then we move on into the round of 16, the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and then the big final, and predicting the winner of the World Cup. And before we get in and start the predictions, I have got a very special announcement to make. Ladies and gentlemen, Foot United is back. Woo. Come on. I am once again returning to be Australia's EA Sports Foot United captain. For any of you that don't know, footunited.com is an EA Sports website set up to give you the most up-to-date FIFA information. Not only will you be getting first access information if you sign up and follow the website, but you will also be competing to win awesome prizes and giveaways. And with the FIFA World Cup only right around the corner, it is time for the first Foot United giveaway. We will be giving away multiple FIFA World Cup official game balls. You have the chance to win an official FIFA World Cup ball, and here's how you do it. First things first, in the description down below is a link to take you to footunited.com. Once you've signed up for the website, be sure to link your Twitter, your Instagram, and any social media that you intend to use for the giveaway. Once you have linked up your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, whatever it may be, then you're ready for the giveaway. I want you to tell me what is your favorite World Cup moment. You can tell me what your favorite moment is in a Facebook post, in a tweet. You could even recreate the moment yourself out on a football pitch if you'd want to. Let's say your favorite moment is Tim Cahill's goal against the Netherlands, for example. I know that's probably one of my favorite moments. You can try to recreate that goal yourself. I mean, you know, best of luck. But just tell me what your favorite World Cup moment has been. You could share an image of the moment, share a video. You could make a video yourself. Get creative with it, because I will be selecting the winners myself. Whatever I am the most impressed with, or whatever I agree with, whatever I think is the best post or the best entry, will win one of these awesome official World Cup balls. Now, the last, final, and most important thing when it comes to these giveaways is this. Of course, make sure you're creative, make sure you've signed up on the Foot United website, but you must use these 2 hashtags. Hashtag FootAU and hashtag EA Contest. If you do not use those 2 hashtags, then your entry does not count. You must use hashtag FootAU and hashtag EA Contest. I wish you the best of luck, everybody. There'll be plenty more Foot United giveaways in the future, but for now, enjoy the video. Alright then everyone, let's get this prediction underway, beginning with Group A. So Group A consists of Egypt, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay. I should mention that I've gone through and predicted the score of every single game per group to determine who finishes where in the table. Now, I've gone through every single game in Group A, and I've either given out just a 1-0 win to whoever I think is going to end up winning the game, or a 1-1 draw, or a 0-0 whatever, to whoever I think is going to end up drawing their match. After going through and doing all of that for Group A, I've determined that it will be Uruguay and Egypt that make it out of that group, but it's going to come down to goal difference because they're both going to finish on 7 points. So really, I guess I've got to make a decision as to who I think is going to finish on top. That means that the host nation won't get out of their group, and Saudi Arabia, another decent Middle Eastern team, is not going to make it out either. So in the end, I reckon I'm probably going to have to give this one to... I mean, Egypt have arguably right now the best player in the world, but I feel like Uruguay's team as a whole is probably a little stronger. So I'm going to have to go with Uruguay for this one, and the host nations not making it out of their group. I know that's a big call straight away, but I'm going for it. Now moving on into Group B. Group B consists of Iran, Morocco, Portugal, and Spain. I feel like I shouldn't waste too much time, honestly. I did go through all the games in Group B, and it's pretty clear who I've ended up getting out of that group. It will be Spain, and it will be Portugal. Depending on what happens in that Spain-Portugal game is really going to determine who finishes on top. But I've gone with Spain. There's a very good chance that it could go Portugal's way. Who knows? But yeah, those two are surely getting out of that group. Out of any other group in the World Cup, those two getting out has to be on lock. On now to Group C. Group C consists of, get ready for this, Australia, Denmark, France, and Peru. Now, obviously, there is one country in that group that is quite clearly going to make it onto the knockout. So, yeah, we'll assume they go through, and it's just between Denmark, Peru, and France in that situation. Okay, let's be serious for a second. Yes, I do think France are going to finish on top. I'm not that biased. I am going to say that France finish on top. They'll win all their games, 9 points for sure. And for sure, they're definitely finishing on top. Maybe not with 9 points, I don't know. But who's going to get that other qualifying spot? But the country that I've got finishing second in Group C, yeah, sure, it's a little biased, but I got to do it. I got to get around the boys. I've given it to Australia. We're finishing in second. We're getting out of this group. But I've got France on top. I've got Australia in second. That was Group C. Okay, moving on now to Group D. In this group is Argentina, Croatia, Iceland, and Nigeria. Now, I feel like this group has a lot of potential for some serious upsets, but I'm going to go with Croatia finishing on top. Yes, not Argentina, who I believe are going to finish in second. I honestly don't know if there's a single easy or for sure win in there for either of these teams. I feel like every single one of these games is going to be somewhat competitive. Argentina versus Nigeria, you'd think surely Argentina would get up, but yet they've played each other in the friendly and Nigeria absolutely battered them. Yes, it was without Messi, but I mean still. He honestly really does carry that whole team. And I'm not quite sure if he's going to be able to do it now compared to when he was back in his prime last year. Like, I don't think Messi's at his absolute best. I think he's doing quite well still, but he's not at his absolute peak, which I feel like is what he's going to need to be to get this mob over the line. I still think he'll get out the group. I think Nigeria and Iceland will just miss out. But yeah, Croatia will finish on top, which makes for a very interesting round of 16 game for Argentina, but that's coming later. Now let's move on to Group E. In Group E is Brazil, Costa Rica, Switzerland, and Serbia. Again, there's a country we all expect to finish on top, and that's the country I'm going with. Brazil to finish in first place, and the team that I think will finish in second, and there's probably another team in here that could maybe sneak into that spot, but I'm going to give it to Serbia. Serbia to finish in second. And now on to Group F. Group F's going to be a pretty interesting group because they've got Germany, South Korea, Mexico, and then of course Sweden. Now the team I've got on top for that one will be Germany in first place and then Mexico in second place. Again, tough, but I've had to give, unfortunately, Sweden and South Korea the boot. Next up, Group G. We have Belgium, England, Tunisia, and I've forgotten who's the other, Panama. Like, honestly, I forgot one of the teams in the group halfway through reading out the team. Like, this is how disinterested, no offense, I am in this group. I reckon it'll be pretty straightforward, and we'll see two very obvious teams getting out of this group. We'll see Belgium finishing on top, and we'll get England finishing in second. And I feel like it'll be pretty straightforward for both of those teams. And yeah, Belgium will just sneak that top spot. And the final group, which is Group H. The final group of the World Cup, Group H, is a pretty interesting one to be honest. It's Colombia, Japan, Poland, and Senegal. And the two teams that I've got qualifying, again, both on 7 points. So it'll come down to goal difference as to who's going to end up getting that top spot. But I'm going to give it to Poland, and I'm going to give Colombia the second spot, which means that Japan and Senegal are not going to be qualifying to the round of 16 in Group H. And as for Poland as well, I reckon, feed the beast, Lewandowski, he'll just get it done for you, I reckon. The guy's one of the best, if not the best striker in the world. So yeah, we'll give this one to Poland. They'll just get it on top. Again, coming down to goal difference between them and Colombia, but those two will get through, I reckon, reasonably comfortably. Maybe I'll take that back. Maybe not super comfortably, but they'll get through. And we have now reached the round of 16, the knockout stage. Let's go through all of the games, beginning with the first round of 16 match. Uruguay versus Portugal. How about this one? This is a very nice game to get in the round of 16 straight up away in the knockouts. And this is the first knockout game of the entire round of 16. I think Portugal will probably end up making maybe not a super deep run, but they will surely do okay. I can't see them making like semi-finals or anything like that, but I reckon they could probably do a bit better than the round of 16. There's actually a probably good chance that we'll see Ronaldo make a deeper run in the World Cup than Lionel Messi will. That's a small little prediction within a prediction video that I'm putting out there, just saying. But yeah, I reckon Portugal probably going to get it done against Uruguay, whether it be in extra time, whether it be on penalties, whether it be a really tight affair that has to go the whole way and they just pip it, I don't know. But I'm sure it'll be a close contest, and I'm going to say Portugal will make it through. Uruguay knocked out round of 16. Speaking of Lionel Messi not going further than Ronaldo at the World Cup, the next game after my batch of results is France versus Argentina. If that does end up being the case, and France end up getting matched up with Argentina, I honestly think that that could be the end for Argentina. I really do. Messi would need to have an amazing performance, and against such a young, and not even young anymore. I mean, they had a really young group at the World Cup at the last time in 2014. That team is developed, and they've got an absolute superstar list of players. I think France's depth is probably the best of any team at the World Cup, so I expect them to go on a big run for sure. And I'm going to give it to them. I'm going to say France are going to beat Argentina. Messi knocked out of the round of 16 and Ronaldo will advance to the quarterfinals. The next round of 16 game is Brazil versus Mexico. Am I eventually going to pick some sort of an upset? You will imagine so, but it's not going to be here, I don't think. I reckon Brazil, you know that they're going to have the fire in their bellies and they're going to try to want to redeem what happened to them last time out, even though it's not in their own backyard. But Brazil against Mexico, I reckon safely assume I reckon Brazil will just get over the line with that one, and they'll move on to the quarterfinals. Belgium versus Colombia. Now, another interesting one here. Colombia, who had a very good run last time out. Belgium, who I believe was stopped by, I can't exactly remember who took him out last time, but I know they had a pretty, maybe not decent run by their standards. I mean, Belgium for this long time now has been this dark horse that we kind of expect to maybe start to perform, but I mean, I feel like now's the time. Like, surely all of these guys, Lukaku, De Bruyne, and all these boys, they really should be at their peak. Hazard, I mean, honestly, you keep thinking the more and more that you actually give thought to this Belgium team, the actual star-studded lineup that they've got really begins to emerge. I think, yeah, Colombia, they'll get out of their group, but I don't see them getting out of the round of 16. I reckon Belgium will make it through into the quarterfinals. Spain versus Egypt. Okay, again, another sort of redemption, hopefully, tale for Spain of their shocking exit in the World Cup last year. They got knocked out with us, Australia, in the group last time out. It was horrible. I think we all remember the 5-1 hammering that the Netherlands hit on them. And obviously, it's interesting how things turn with the Netherlands not even being at the World Cup now, and Spain, the ones that have clearly advanced out of the group. I reckon up against Egypt, Egypt will probably be happy just to get out of their group, even if they do have Mo Salah. But honestly, you look at the rest of their squad, and do they have a good enough outfit to make them go any further than this? I reckon a group exit would be, or should I say them getting out of their group and advancing to the knockouts would be, I'm sure any Egyptian would be happy with that, but I don't think they'll get past Spain, who I believe they will make it through to the quarterfinals, and Egypt and Mo Salah to go out in the round of 16. Next game, Croatia versus Australia. Now, this is interesting, because obviously I've got Australia finishing second in their group, and Croatia finishing on top of Group 1, or Group A, sorry. So that means that they obviously would end up playing, second in Group C. I kind of think Croatia versus Australia, of all the teams that Australia, if we make it out of our group and finish in second, of all the teams that we could end up facing, to get Croatia would be a hell of a get for us compared to, say, a France, or, you know what I mean, like one of the top teams for sure at this early. Honestly, again, on paper, you've got to go with Croatia. If it was anyone maybe more established, a slightly better footballing nation, then maybe I would have gone with them. But I'm doing it again. Australia to make it to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Let's go, boys. Get around them. I am true blue to a fault. We're making it to the quarterfinals. Bloody quote me on it, boys. Next up, Germany versus Serbia. Germany looking to go back-to-back at the World Cup. They get Serbia straight up in the round of 16. Despite the fact I do think Serbia's got some very good players in there. Are they getting past the current champions? I don't think so. I think this is pretty straightforward, and Germany will most likely get it done. And the final round of 16 game is Poland versus England. Now, this is a bit of an interesting one. I might have another upset in me here. Poland versus England. I think we all assume that England would probably get past this mob for sure. And the fact that England would be finishing second in their group means that Poland, who I've got finishing top of Group H, I mean, they could end up facing maybe Colombia, for example, but I don't think England are going to finish top of their group. I think they'll probably finish second. They'll comfortably get out, but it'll either be like Poland or Colombia. If it is Poland, I reckon they'll probably make it through. For some weird reason, I feel like if it's Colombia, maybe they might not find it as easy, but because I've got Poland versus England as the matchup, I've got to go with England, and I've got to say that England will make it to the quarterfinals. So, moving on into the quarterfinals, 4 of them to get through. The first one, Portugal versus France. It's a rematch of the Euro final. I think France are going to beat Portugal, and they are going to avenge their defeat at the Euros. France to make it out, Portugal go home at the quarterfinals. Thank you. France make it to the semis. The next quarterfinal will be Brazil versus Belgium. Now, this is a pretty interesting one. I reckon I might maybe go the other way that a lot of you were thinking. I'm going for it, boys. I'm going for it. I know that it'd be very safe for me to say Brazil gets through. I mean, there'd be absolutely no one that'd call me out for that, but I'm doing it. I'm going to say Belgium with the likes of Hazard, with the likes. Yeah, buddy hell, boys. I'm going to go for it. You've got Lukaku, De Bruyne, Hazard, a solid defense, including the likes of like, who have we got? Give me a sec. You've got Company, you've got Vertonghen, you've got Alderweireld, all these guys. Seriously, stellar back four. Great. I'm going for it. I don't even feel ashamed in saying this. Belgium will beat Brazil. Belgium will make it to the semi-finals. Next up. Why am I laughing? This is obviously going to happen. It is Spain versus Australia in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Our boys have made the best run of the World Cup ever in Australian history. We've never gotten past the round of 16 because we were robbed by a disgusting Italian by the name of Grosso or Grosso, whatever his name is. I don't know. Some flog no one cares about, let's be honest. And look, I'm not that biased. Our run ends there. We will get knocked out of the quarterfinals if we come up against Spain. No, it's not going to happen. We will be the story of the World Cup. Look at this little island nation of 25 million people. Look at this incredible run that they're on. Wow, Australian football's on the up, and we'll be the heroes. We'll be like the Costa Rica of I think was it Costa Rica last year that went on a good run. Like we'll be that team, and and we're like, hey, keep your eye open for Australia in the future. But no, I'm not that deluded to say that we will make the semi-finals of the World Cup. Good job, Spain. You'll probably spank us if that's the case, but yes, you will make it to the semi-finals. Spain to get through. And the final game, and we always love this fixture, Germany versus England. Bring it on. And now, finally, I can safely say that no, it will not happen. It will be Germany that makes it through. I felt like if I said Poland was going to knock out England, the comment section would just be flooded with just comments telling me to, do certain things that are not exactly family friendly. But I'm saying Germany to knock out England, whether it be in 90 minutes, whether it be in extra time, penalties. We all know how that's going to end up if it does end up going to penalties. So I reckon safe bet. Germany make the semi-finals. England, I think, I don't even think English fans expect England to make the semi-finals. Even the most biased and the most deluded. So, not happening. I reckon England are probably going to go out at the quarterfinals and Germany make it to the semis. Now then, the semi-finals. Who is making the FIFA World Cup final? Let's begin now with France versus Belgium. Alright then. You're going to have to give me a minute because I'm going to need to think about this. I'm obviously leaning one way, and I'm sure a lot of you probably know what way I am leaning toward. For any of you that don't know, it is France. It genuinely is just France. I try to come up with something to make me think that Belgium could get past France and make it to the final, but do I think Belgium are quite there? Are they a team that could make the World Cup final? Could I see the Belgium national anthem being played, or could I hear the Belgian national anthem being played at the World Cup final? I don't see it. But I do, and I don't hear it. Why have I done that twice? I'm calling it, everybody. France to make it to the World Cup final. They made it to the Euro final in their own backyard. They got done by a goal by Eder in extra time. They lost it at the final step. It was absolutely horrific for them, but they're going to bounce back and make a World Cup final. But will they win a World Cup final? Their opponent will be either Spain or Germany. That is the second semi-final. Spain, after their horrid 2014 World Cup campaign, are going to be staring down the barrel of potentially making a World Cup final the very next year. Could they, after winning the 2010 World Cup and failing to get out of the group at the 2014, bounce right back and maybe make it to another World Cup in 2018? I'm literally thinking this is a decision that's got to be made with heart more than head, if you know what I mean. I've got to make an impulse decision. And my heart's telling me, and maybe not my heart per se, but my gut. My gut instinct is telling me Germany going to make it to 2 back-to-back World Cups. They're going to do it. They're going to make it to 2 World Cup finals in a row. I'm saying Germany will get it done, and it is going to be France versus Germany at the FIFA World Cup final. Who will be the FIFA 2018 World Cup champions? I'm going to need a minute. Give me some time. All right, look. I really did back France quite heavily in my predictions going into this, and I did not think that Germany were going to make as good a run. For whatever reason, I didn't think Germany were going to go back-to-back. I really didn't. I didn't even know before I started doing these predictions because I haven't done a super amount of research here. I haven't gone through and done these early. I filled out the results of the group stages and I was presented with what teams are going to be in the knockouts, and I have just made decisions straight up. I've done a little bit of research for every one of these, but nothing crazy. I've not spent an extraordinary amount of time on any one game trying to figure out who's going to win. Will Germany's experience at the World Cup get them over the line? Or will it be France's youthful exuberance and their maturing side that is hitting their peak at the perfect time that gets it done. Why do I have to make a decision? Like, I can't split these two. I'm going to do what I did for the Spain versus Germany game. Gut decision, impulse decision. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a winner. I am predicting that the champions of the 2018 FIFA World Cup will be... It's just going to be France, isn't it? Yep, I'm going with France. Sorry if that was a bit anticlimactic, but yeah, I'm going to go with France. Okay, maybe I could have been a little bit more exciting. France will win the World Cup! C'est magnifique! France versus Germany will be your 2018 World Cup final, and France will get up. I don't know if it's in regular time. I don't know if it's on extra time or penalties, but it will be France. That's what I'm predicting. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. My World Cup prediction done. Woo! Finished. Thank you so much for watching my prediction video. We will see how it all turns out in only about a month or so. I cannot wait for the World Cup. I'm sure I'm in the same boat as all of you. But now I want to hear from you guys. Who do you think will win the FIFA World Cup? Just let me know. If you want to have a crazy prediction like what I put on in the comments as well, then by all means go for it. But I'm interested to see who you think will win the World Cup. I'm going for France. I'm also going for Australia to make the best run of their World Cup ever, which I don't know why, because it's not like we have a golden generation team or anything, but I'm just stupidly optimistic, shall we say. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is the MasterBucks. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and until the next video, have a good one. Bye-bye.